Hey guys, welcome to day 25 of my carnivore journey. We got a long road ahead. Of course, my goal is 90 days, sticking close to the BBBE, fairly close. A little bit of dirt in there, meaning that I've had some cheeses, like some cheese and some heavy cream, coffee. I guess you could kind of consider that. But ultimately, just trying to get to that first 90 days, or a total of 90 days, and we are on day 25. We're coming up on the full month. Guys, one thing I want to say right off the bat is, as of recording this video, last night I was recording, I'm like, hey, I'm at 199 in subs. Guys, all of a sudden I'm at 232 today, and all I want to say is thank you guys so much. Seriously, I just could not imagine the amount of support that I'm getting from you guys. Seriously, I don't know if you're sharing my videos or something, or telling your friends or something, but guys, again, thank you all so much. And I'm very humbled by that, because again, this was just me doing a diary and chronicling what I eat every day and how I feel, and I'm going to keep doing that for you guys, and then offering any advice I have. And of course, I get a ton of tips and advice. Some good, some bad, a little bit in between. So guys, again, thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. Okay. So as you may have seen by the title, I broke a hard rule. So I try to set some hard rules during this, and those are the things I don't like to break. And I broke it. It's kind of weird. Like, I didn't even think about it, but at the same time, it happened, and I was about 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like, oh shit. So, but all right. So let me kind of walk you through this. Okay. So, last night, as you guys know, I got to have another steak. Oh, and it was gorgeous, right? And here's the funny thing is, God bless my wife. You all know she's not on board with the journey, but she's, being supportive in her own way. But now it's funny because I've even heard her talk about, I don't know about the taste of meat anymore, and I might just go vegan or whatever. And I'm like, do what you want, but it's so funny because when steak's involved, she's like, oh, let's have another steak. It was like 2 nights in a row. And then it would have been 3 nights in a row. She wanted steak again for the 3rd night in a row. But we had Christmas shopping, and like literally I'm recording this video and it's like 10:25 p.m. my time. And we just got home a little bit ago. Okay. So you know how Christmas shopping can just turn in, and we had to wait for me to get off work, and then we just, anyways, all right. So we had that steak dinner last night. I had steak, a big top sirloin, and a couple eggs. I got done. I was full, right? I was satisfied. No big deal. I left for my second job at like 10:30. I got to the gas station around 11:30 because I drive really far, and it took me like an hour or whatever. Well, I lied a little bit. I didn't lie. I got to the gas station, I think probably like 11:15, but I didn't break the hard rule for another 15 minutes. So it was like at 11:30. I looked at the clock. So I went to the gas station. Now it's a truck stop. Okay. I like going here because I have a professional driver card. So I get 10 cents off a gallon. For my car. I don't drive a truck or anything. I drive a car, but because I drive 200 miles every night, I've got that Loves card, and it's for a professional driver card. And of course, at the truck stop, they always had like a lot of junk food or a lot of hot dogs and those like roller bites, all the different little things. And that was one of my places where I would get a lot of junk. One of my regular like sins, if you will, was I would go there and they have Hers, like HERR, right? Hers, like chips and stuff. Hers makes these jalapeno cheese curls, right? And that was one of my guilty pleasures. Like, I loved those things. I don't know what it was about them, but man, I just loved those things. So I'd get me like a bag of the Hare's jalapeno things. I would sometimes grab, like I would usually get some coffee, but I would grab some cookies. What else? I would grab, like, I'd find like a bag of like sometimes I don't know, trail mix, like whatever, like guilty pleasures I wanted to do. Combos, like a bag of combos, because for some reason combos have been pretty cheap in a way for a bag of combos. So I'm like the pizza pretzel combo ones or whatever, things like that. That was like my guilty pleasures at the gas station because I could, Well, last night I go in there and I didn't even really think about it. I guess I did. I did think about it, but I just didn't even think about my hard rule. And so I went in and I got a beef hot dog, and I got a cheddar hot dog. It's got the cheddar inside, and it's like all beef with the cheddar inside. And I got those no buns. I just threw them in the bag, like just meat. And I went, and because they appealed to me. And I remember telling myself if I ever wanted a meat snack, I could do those, and I went and paid for them, got gas. And then I got in the car, and like I said, it was like probably it was like 11:30. I was getting down the road, and I reach in, I pull up, and I start eating one of the hot dogs. I'm like, oh, okay, salty, whatever. I get about halfway done with the second one, the cheese one, and I kind of realize, I'm like, shit, wait a minute. I was like, my hard rule was 10 p.m. at the latest was like the hard stop for no more food, because I really wanted to sort of have that goal through this week. Remember, I told you guys my goals for this week was to sort of get that food window and to nail that down. And here's the thing. I know some of you are going to be like, well, Josh, it's hot dogs. It's not that bad. And you're right. It's not that bad. It really isn't in the big scheme of things. And it really isn't. So I know it's kind of dramatic of me to talk about breaking that hard rule, but it's true because to me, I want to hit my goals. You know what I mean? Like if I set rules and set goals, I don't want to break them, even if technically it's still carnivore. I don't want to break those rules because I didn't need those hot dogs. I didn't need them. That big steak and eggs, I was full. And so I don't know why I really got them. I didn't even need them. I don't know if it's just there was that habit of like walking into that gas station and always having that habitual like, hey, what naughty food can I have here tonight? And so maybe it was my mind just saying, well, hey, we want something here, damn it. And it's better be something, and you can eat meat. So at least go get some damn hot dogs or something, Josh. The devil. Oh, wait, that's the angel side. This is the devil side. Yeah, Josh. Yeah, you better get some hot dogs at least. The angel's like, well, that's okay because it is meat. Anyways, I don't know. But you know what I mean, guys. So it's not the worst thing. But to me, I don't want to be breaking rules like that. And I didn't need it. So I think psychologically, I may have gotten them and just because then when I ate them, they were good, but like I was kind of forcing myself to eat them because I'm like, well, I spent money on them, damn it. And, I was kind of eating them. Now, what's the consequences of me breaking the rules? I can tell you this. The next day, today, for the first time in a long time, I was at work and my normal job in the daytime, and I started noticing in both my arms were just a little achy, and just some tweaking. It was just really weird, like just kind of that achiness. And the only thing I can think of is I think that Obviously, with the hot dogs, I don't think there may have been something major inside. I think it could have, if anything, I think it might have been whatever cheese they had inside the cheddar dog, the cheddar one. That probably was some kind of processed cheese. And I'm just wondering if I was reacting to that possibly, because they're really not. They're just on the rollers. And I did look at the nutrition facts of them before, like not that last night. But when I was researching them to find out, like, are these going to be acceptable for me? I asked to see like a thing, and they showed me. So, and everything looked okay. It looked acceptable. And I've had hot dogs earlier in my diet. If you guys remember, I did have some hot dogs. They were Nathan's Angus dogs, though. But these gas station ones, like I said, they were like the premium ones. And they, like I said, they tasted good, but I think if I had to guess, it was the cheddar, which is unfortunate because the cheddar one did taste the best, actually. So anyways, so there you go. There you guys go. And like I said, I know it may not seem like a big deal for some of you, but for me, I'm just hard on myself, and I don't like to break those kind of rules if I set those hard rules. Unfortunately, I may have to break that hard rule tonight. I'm going to try not to, and let me explain. So today, because we were doing holiday shopping after work, so I took my lunchtime kind of late toward the time I was about to get off. So we met up at McDonald's around 6. So my family could get something to eat, because my wife's like, look, we're going to be shopping. We don't have time to go home and cook anything, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, so that's fine. That's fair. I didn't want to upset the apple cart, and I didn't really have much left to microwave out of my meal prep stuff. I pretty much had gone through everything. So I was like, okay, fine. And then she's like, well, we'll just get McDonald's, and you can do whatever you want later, whatever. Well, we got the McDonald's, and then they left. Like, we met up, and then they left. They took it home. And for me, I actually decided, well, you know what? I'm going to go and I ordered 2 quarter-pound patties. Okay? So I ordered the 2, and I figured, well, that's technically about a half pound of meat. And it was like $4, by the way. Whenever they do the a la carte, remember, ask for the a la carte. And if you're not sure if you're McDonald's, find out from a manager. Like, ask the person, say, well, do you have a manager? And then ask them if it's in the breakfast. Because the reason why I say that is because with the cashier I had tonight, she didn't know how to ring it up. So she got a manager, and the manager showed her, and I overheard the manager say, go into the breakfast menu. Go into the breakfast and then select a la carte, and then there's quarter-pound beef patties or whatever. So you may have to help guide a McDonald's. And I would say, like, if you can go inside. Try not to do it in the drive-thru. But if you have to use the drive-thru, tell them. Say, hey, I'd like to order off the a la carte, and just make sure that however many you order, if you want a pound, if you want 4, or you want 6, whatever. Just remember, they're going to average. McDonald's will give you about $2 roughly per patty. So just keep that in mind if you need to kind of get a guide. But if you order like 2 and then they like ring you up and it's like $8, like, no, just say, I'm sorry, that's not, because if they try to do it where they ring up a quarter pounder and then remove all the bun and lettuce and all that, it won't come out the same, and you'll be charged like $4 or $5. So make sure it's the a la carte. Anyways, so I did that, as you guys saw, and then we went shopping, and when I came home, it was still before 10 o'clock. We had gotten home, and it was like 9:45. We were putting away stuff. I went ahead and grabbed some, I had 4 strips of bacon left in the fridge that were cooked. I just threw them on a paper towel, and 30 seconds, it crisped them up, and I sit down. And I actually sat down and I ate the bacon strips with some ice water, So essentially, that's what I had today, was the 2 quarter-pound patties from McDonald's and 4 bacon strips. Now, I'm actually don't feel like eating anything else right now, believe it or not. But it's so late that I thought, well, maybe I should have some eggs, because I have like 3 eggs left before I break out another tray of them, because I have another tray in the other fridge downstairs. So I was like, I have those 3 eggs. I'm like, well, maybe I'll have 3 eggs. And but then I looked and it was like after 10 o'clock at that point. And I'm like, well, I don't want to break freaking hard rule again right now. But I'm actually full. So that's why I'm telling you guys later tonight, because I'm going to be up for a while, I may end up wanting to make those eggs. So I may have a snack. I'm just saying, because of the way dinner came out tonight, I didn't get to sit down and have like a big meal and truly fill up. I'm full right now. I'm satisfied, but I feel like I'm probably going to end up getting hungry a little later. So I'm just giving you guys that kind of heads up. So hopefully you guys forgive me, please. All right. All right. And as far as me pooping, I'm not allowed to say potty anymore, guys. Apparently it's cringe, so I'm not going to say it. So today I didn't have to take any kind of poop. I didn't take a shit. I have to say it like a man now. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I didn't have to go. I didn't have to go poop at all. Didn't use the bathroom. So that's good. And again, from what I hear, and don't be afraid, because I know, again, from experience, when I did the 2 months last year, there was a point where sometimes I wasn't using the restroom for like 2 or 3 days, and there's nothing wrong with that. You just don't expel a lot of waste. When you're eating all these natural products, you don't really, your body digests everything and uses everything. There's not a lot of chemicals and garbage to dispose of. So that's good. Energy wise, energy was okay today. Again, pretty solid, pretty even keel. When I woke up this morning, I've been sleeping. Like when I fall asleep now, it's been some solid sleeps. I haven't really been waking up much in between. So my sleeping has been a lot more solid. When I got up this morning, I was a little slow. I wanted to go back to bed only because I just wanted to have that nice sleep even more. But I had to get up. And so once I started getting up, then my body was like, okay. And I had that energy to sort of get up and start my day. I didn't have to feel too sluggish. So that's the deal on sleep. So let's see, sleep, food, poop. What else do you guys want to know about me? Let's see, or I should document myself, but, all around, I think, again, I've got I haven't noticed major changes in certain things. Like I am noticing, I told you guys about my shin. That is getting better. My skin, I'm not sure. Some of you have said that since my first video, you can see a difference in my face. You can see some differences already in me. So that's awesome. But yeah. So also, sardines. I wrote down sardines. I'll tell you, I probably, out of a lot of the videos that I've posted so far, out of all these days, I get a lot of comments about sardines. Okay, the sardine video. So I get a ton of suggestions. Again, like we talked about, I have people saying mackerel, herring, try sardines in oil, the olive oil with some hot sauce. Again, just reminding people that I'm trying to avoid oils. Okay, so anything in oil, I'm probably not going to do. But if it's if it's in water, I'm going to be able to do that. And some people, I guess, had said, was it King Oscar? I think was a recommended brand. I'll have to look. I don't remember exactly what I have. I know I showed on the picture, but I have 2 more cans, and I think one of them may be a different brand. Maybe. But they suggested with hot sauce. So, I mean, I'm willing to have hot sauce every once in a while. let's see, shopping energy. I did talk about that though. Yeah, when we went shopping, I guess I can go more into the energy again. When we went shopping, even after me working for 8.5 hours a day or whatever, my feet were starting to get a little sore as far as just being on my feet. But walking on the store and all that, I still had the energy I needed to get around and do the shopping. Granted, I wanted to get off my feet at times, but my body still had the energy to kind of keep going. So that to me is very noteworthy. And also carrying in all of the bags of shopping stuff, because we did bring home some groceries and, you know, some different things. And bringing home the stuff, it's like I had to go up and down my stairs on the front porch area, and I wasn't as winded or anything like normal, you know. I felt pretty good. My lungs felt pretty good. So those are all positive things that I really like. I still think that I'm going to have more triggers. There's an event that's coming up that I'm going to have to deal with, and that is my wife is getting ready to make homemade peanut brittle. And I know some of you are like, well, you know, just don't have any. And I'm not. I'm going to try not to. My hardest. I plan on not. But the thing about this is that she's making my grandfather's recipe. Okay. And my grandparents raised me. And so my grandfather was pretty much my only father figure. And he had passed away not that long ago. It's been, you know, it may be 2 years now. I don't think it was last year. I think it's been a couple of years now. But, you know, one of the traditions was his peanut brittle, you know, and even though he lived in another state, we would make it, you know. So yeah, I've got to face that. She's going to make it because, again, my wife's not trying to be rude to me or nothing. She's not saying, hey, I expect you to eat it, but she wants it, you know. I mean, like I said, my wife and son are still eating the way that they want to. They're still eating sugar and carbs and stuff, but it's going to be tough. You know, it's just tough to have when you have certain traditions that revolve around food. And now that you can't have them, there's a lot of guilt, you know. And I'm sure my grandfather would understand. That's why I'm not going to have any, because I know he would understand. I know he would want me to be healthy, you know. So I get that. And but I'm just sharing again. This is my diary, and I'm just sharing that with you guys because that's a moment I know I've got to face, you know. So, and then I know, like, after Christmas, shortly after Christmas, another tradition is that we used to honor my wife's grandmother by having a chocolate covered cherry. You know, we'd all get a box of chocolate covered cherries and we'd all have one, you know, together. So I'm hoping that my wife's going to let me slide on that as well. And I'm sure her grandmother would understand too. So, but it's just traditions like that. Again, it always makes you feel bad. And I know some of you may even say, hey, just have one freaking chocolate covered cherry. But it's hard for me to want to do that because I've heard so many people that say, hey, I did just this little bit and it made me feel like shit for the next week. You know, because it'll mess up your stuff, like sugar, like having some just even a smaller amount sometimes will mess up your shit. So, but it's just so these are the battles, you know, these are the battles that you just have to face, and you don't always think about them sometimes, you know. But this is life, this is real life, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to just talk and be real with you guys. And again, there's the devil and the angel on your shoulders, and they're gonna fight with you all the time, and the devil on your shoulder is good. The devil on your shoulder is a freaking salesman and will try to sell you. And let me tell you, the salesman, he's good. And he'll try to convince you and sell you, and he'll convince you to think, yeah, you know, this is, I can do this. It's a special day. I can have like the holiday meal, and then the next day I'll go back. I mean, no big deal. Again, there's a lot of battle going on here. Like, it's just one meal. You know what I mean? And then I swear to God, and like me, I wonder if I have two devils on my shoulder sometimes, because like the devil's like, well, it's just one meal. And then what I thought the angel would be, well, I think he has a point. I don't know. It's like I'm not hearing the good side sometimes. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna face these battles, and you guys have been tremendous. You guys, I'm telling you guys have been like just such a big help. I'm serious. I cannot stress enough how you guys have been so supportive. And even when I get the few negative comments, I think what bugs me about the negative comments, and I don't let it get to me, trust me, but I don't know. Maybe they need to eat a steak and feel better about themselves. I don't know. They're miserable. But I think what bugs me is that this channel is me like doing a daily vlog and using this as a diary about my 90 days carnivore, right? And it's almost like people are like, well, I don't care what you're doing or what you're thing. You need to do this. You need to be a vegan or whatever, or you need to like eat this, and you need to, like, why? Why? This is not your, if you don't like my channel, if you don't like the carnivore thing, then go to another channel, go to a vegan channel, go somewhere else. I don't come to vegan channels and say, eat a steak. I don't do that. Do you guys? I don't know. Maybe some of you do. But I don't go and troll vegetarian channels or whatever you want to call them. I don't do that. I don't, you know, and if somebody's losing weight, being a vegan, more power to you. If that's making you happy and you're not miserable, hey, more power to you. But all of you guys, or the majority of you guys out there that are following me and support me, man, you guys, now see, you guys are awesome. You know, you guys, because I get a ton. And then even on Instagram now, I've been getting some people on Instagram that's been messaging me and giving me advice and tips and recipes. And it's amazing. It really is. I can't talk enough about you guys, seriously, because it helps. It helps more than you know. All right, so this video is getting on. I'm droning on again, guys, but I just wanted to share all that with you, my hard break, and hopefully you guys forgive me. Please, I stick out my lip. I don't know. Anyways, all right, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, we'll see you tomorrow, day 20. Oh, and I guess that reminds me, Christmas. I'm trying to do these videos every day. Now, if I can sneak off and do this video Christmas Day or something, you know, I'm gonna try to do this every day. If you don't see me post like on Christmas Day or something or whatever, if you see me miss, I'll do one. It might be the next day, but I'll talk about Christmas Day, and then I'll do a separate one for the next day. You know, I'll still keep a video for each day. It just may not be released and recorded on that day. Maybe I'm gonna try, but we'll see. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I know we're gonna see if we can get through this, so fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get through this first major hurdle. This is the first holiday I've had to come across, because I started this November 27th is when I started, right after Thanksgiving. I'm like, after Thanksgiving I was like, nope, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I was in such pain after Thanksgiving. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.